Dick Bardol, Tim Zeke, Joyce Beardsley, April Boyd, Agnes
Huntley.
Agnes Huntley, and Phyllis Hope. And this is Samantha Moore, our librarian. She's been a godsend to us, so thank you everybody for coming. One thing I'd like to do is have April do the treasurer's report.
Okay, I'm not going to stand up for it. I think you guys can all see me. We seem to be down a little tonight. I'm going to just do some highlights instead of every single thing. It's rather boring. I want to say that Erie Gives right now is at $10,177.90, and jumping down to just one of our special grants came in that was $10,000. This is just in the month of September. So that's going to, I'm talking more about money we got coming in than anything else. We have an expense for our collections.
Can you see if I turn lights off?
Kinda.
Probably not. Then I won't turn off.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, we've got, building repairs is what I wanted to get right to. We've been experiencing quite a lot of repair issues this year, for 22 and 23 both. But in July, we had $29,701 went out. August, $22,276, and in September, $35,596. We had a total of, in 2023, of $87,574.60. We've had a lot of things that have been needed to be replaced for a long time, worked on, so on and so forth. We've got them done. A miscellaneous other thing that I'm going to touch on is an amount of money that,
Do you want me to explain it?
yes, would you please?
So in May, we actually had a check stolen in the mail, and someone was able to alter it and deposit it for about $9,900. The good news is that we got the money back this past week.
Yes.
But it took a process. We had to go through PNC's process because it was fraud, and so the insurance of the bank covered it, and we got it back. But it was a little stressful when it did happen, and a little frustrating. And so it's an odd thing in the financial reports because it does show that we have about $9,000 in miscellaneous expenses, but it was corrected this past month in September's report because it shows that those funds were credited back to us. So it's all taken care of now, but ask me 6 months ago and it would have been a different story. So, yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to end up with the bank account balance as of the end of September is $27,569. Our checking is at $13,988. Cash on hand is my back pocket is $27,569. So we are doing quite well still. Just wanted to bring that up to everyone, and that is going to resolve the report.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Perfect. A couple things I'd like to go over. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes from our meeting a year ago? We need to,
And they're the last page in your packet.
in your packet. Yeah, it's just one page. If you could take just a few minutes if you haven't already and look them over.
Unbell Crawford.
And a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Bill. All in favor? Thank you very much. The next thing I'd like you to look at is our budget. So that should be right in the front. near
Page
the front.
5.
Looks like this. The board has already approved it, but we need your endorsement, so we'd like you to look it over and ask us any questions you have. We have the historical figures from 22 and 23 and the proposed budget for 24. Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the budget as.
Thank you, Denny. Second? Anybody want to second that?
Oh,
Well, thank you.
I mean, you know, I'm not questioning.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your endorsement. One more thing I have to go over before we let Samantha give us the highlights of the year. We have 5 board members that are done with their 6 years terms. Chris, Dick, Tim, myself, and Aggie. We can't serve anymore. We've already served 2 year terms. So we need board members. I know we've asked a few people already. Some people are interested, some people can't for, family reasons, but we meet at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but that can change. We used to meet at 6 o'clock at night. We changed it so Mary wouldn't have to drive home at night in the dark, in the snow. So we're very flexible. So if you know of anybody who's interested in being on the board, we can't just have 3 people on the board, so. And we cannot, by our bylaws, serve. We can wait out a year and come back on, but for this year coming up, we cannot serve again, so. Think about it, if you know anybody interested. We do have a couple inquiries in the pipeline, so we'd like some young people, and thank you.
And thank you to all of them for serving. It's been a great board to come on to. And so if we just want to give a little clap for those who completed 6 years. Okay, at this time I think Beth is going to talk about the Friends.
Already?
I think we can do lights now. Turn the lights off. Can someone hit the lights back there? Yeah. You can stay there, Beth.
I didn't want to stand with my back to Val, though.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm Beth Hutchinson, and I am the president of the Friends of the Library. Before I begin telling you a little bit about the Friends, I'd like to formally welcome Samantha. And as Lorraine indicated, she is a pleasure to work with. So thank you, Sam, and welcome. The purpose of the Friends of the Library is to support the library and to assist in any way that the library director asks us to assist. In the past, we have helped to weed out the collection. One year we moved the fiction and nonfiction to different sides. We changed sides, that was quite a job, but it was fun. During the pandemic, we came up and assisted a couple of times with the outside book cart, which also was fun. So whatever the library director asks us to do, we try to step up and help out in support of the library. Each year we sponsor the fall and the spring book sales. We just finished up a very successful book sale. It's all right to tell them we made $1,440.40.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. We also sponsor the very popular February Speaker Series. We help decorate the library for Christmas, and we organize a summer picnic each year. This year we sponsored an off-site presentation on bonsai. Is that the proper pronunciation? Yes, yes.
Good job.
Barb and Harry Clark were our host and hostess and our instructors, and it was a truly amazing experience. If you were not able to come, try to sweet talk them into doing it again. And make sure you come this year. It was a lot of fun. We also participated in the video for the Erie Gives program. We're actively recruiting new members. We meet the first Wednesday of the month at 3 o'clock right here, and we would really like to see you attend. So I hope that something I said kind of catches your interest. If you would like to visit us, our next meeting is November 1st at 3 o'clock. If you just want to stop in and kind of check out what we're all about before you commit yourself, that would be great. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to ask or answer them. Samantha or any of the board members could also answer your questions. So I look forward to seeing some new members this month.
Thank you, Beth. Thanks.
All right, so next is our children's programmer, Lori, is going to give a little summary on what the children have been, or the children's programming have been up to this year.
Go, Lori.
All right, so up on the slide you can see 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten is something that is really important to promote reading in children up to age 5. This 2023, let's see, 7 children completed the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, and 13 children are currently working on their goal. So that's a pretty good number. When they finish, there's little, if you go out the elevator, you can see I have 100, 200, 300, 400, and they move their name. And I
that's
take their
cute.
picture, they get a sticker. And then when they get to 1,000, they get a free book about kindergarten, like Clifford Goes to Kindergarten.
Oh, too cute.
So it's becoming more popular. Some of the kids are really, they say, can you please take my picture? They really, and then their parents must show them on like Facebook or something, because they're like, I saw my picture on Facebook. So, so that's really fun. And what's the middle one there?
The story
Can't
time.
see. Okay, story time. So we continue to do, Autumn does a STEM day on Mondays, and then I do 11 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday is preschool, and Thursday is toddler time. Which we've been having a lot of kiddos coming to toddler time on and off. STEM, okay, I cannot read that, so I apologize. And so we received a grant from the Useful Choices Foundation, I believe back in maybe February.
Yeah, I think it was right after I started, so it must have been end of February,
Beginning of March. For on your way out, please check out, like right when you come in the door to the left, it's a STEM makerspace table. It's perfect for the space. I have supplies there like toilet paper tubes and cardboard and paper and duct tape, and anyone can come in and create. And it's been really popular. And there's a Lego wall back there as well that kiddos and families can sit on the floor and build. And I think that's been up and usable since about April, and it has been really popular. I'm putting supplies in there pretty often. So yeah, I think that's...
Oh, summer reading.
Summer reading, okay. So summer reading, the theme this past summer was All Together Now. We added the Around the World part. I think it was really fun. It worked out really well. The pictures there, the first one is STEM Club, and then Erie Otter mascot, Otto, came. Which was a really popular one. I probably would have him come back. The next picture is the Children's Museum. They came and did a hands-on STEM exhibit program that was really amazing. And then another program that we had was the Erie Zoo. It was so highly attended that it was standing room only all the way back by Denny. We had like 150 people or something in here.
Wow.
And they had reptiles for families to touch, and that was really fun as well. So I think summer reading was really successful, and I'm excited for next year. So thank you.
Lori. Okay, so here we go. First, this is just our staff, an update of who's working at the library. And you can also see this on our website, but it just shows everyone's. And we have Autumn, Sarah, Rachel, Hannah, Sheila, Benji, Heather, Lori, and then me. So pretty great staff. Okay, so just to go over the statistics that are in your report, a few highlights. Social media is growing steadily. Each month I give the board an update on how many followers we have and then engagement we have. And some months are higher than others, but as far as followers, those tend to grow over time steadily. The primary platforms we use to share with people in the community are Facebook and Instagram. That's really how we communicate with local people the most. And then YouTube as well is something that we will often post videos to. And then for computer usage, in-library computer usage is on the rise from 2022. And since COVID, we've seen that continually go up in statistics. Okay, so now we'll just go through. Yes, Autumn?
I just need to pause for a sec.
We'll go through the events of 2023, and I've just broken it down month by month. So, in January, an update for, and it didn't end quite in January, but we'll just cover it in January, is the annual appeal. We were able to get over $12,000, and so that just continues to show how much the community supports the library. And we had our regular programming, which this is on every slide, the regular children's programming, so I'm not going to say it every time, but it is up there each time. We had a winter environmental program, and then Kids on the Block program, and weekly teen time activities were there as well. In February, we had the speaker series, which in your report, I've also listed the specific speakers that we had. And that was the Elsie Greer House in Northeast, the DAR in Today's World, Murder and Mayhem in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Escape to the Garage, Family Love Overcomes Bullying. And it was a very successful month of events, just as it usually is. We also had Blind Date with a Book, which was a repeat event, and that's where patrons can check out a book that's been wrapped, and they check it out without knowing what the book is, and then they can give a review afterwards. At this time, we also got the facade grant for the construction that happened outside. So that was a local grant for $10,000 that we were able to get for the front steps, and that helped with that large cost for construction. The children programs we had, dentist visit for all ages, and then the regular scheduled programs. In March, that's when we were able to get that grant for the STEM table and have the STEM station set up. Or actually the STEM station came in April, but that's when it was ordered. And then we had an art show that people could submit art for, and it hung all around the library. And then we also had a program where patrons could vote on their favorite book, and at the end of it, the book of the year was announced, and that was based off of bestsellers from 2022. We had Cat in the Hat visit for the children, a spring environmental program, and then regularly scheduled activities. In April, we had the Friends of the Library Spring Used Book Sale, and we also had the 5th Annual Poetry Contest, and that's where all ages are welcome to submit poetry, and then it's in the Books and Banter, and people can vote on that, and one is picked as the winner. We also had National Library Week, and we added a few new programs for National Library Week this year. The first day was about showcasing challenged books, and so we just had a display on books that are commonly challenged in libraries. We had an opportunity where people could get to know our staff a little bit more, see some of their favorite reads. The next day we had a library scavenger hunt, and then on the last day we had patron appreciation. So different volunteers made cookies, and we were able to give those out to patrons, and it went over very well, and people really loved being able to get a little treat and some appreciation for being regular patrons of the library. And then we had a STEM art day for all ages, and then regularly scheduled events. In May, we had a plant swap for the adult programming, and that was where patrons could bring a plant early in the week, and then later in the week they could pick up another plant that someone else had dropped off. So this was just a way for people to passively participate in a program, and there was no official time where they had to all come together, but they could come and go as they please. This was also when people voted for the poetry contest, and then the results I think were in May as well, I'm not sure, or was it in June? Okay, so they were in June. And this is also when we had our new air conditioner installed. So that was something that was decided on last year in the fall, and it got installed this May, and we were very grateful for it in the summer. I think it was installed right before a very hot week, so it was perfectly timed. And then there was a nature walk for the children in Gibson Park, and regularly scheduled programs. So June was busy because that's the start of summer reading. So here we have a little breakdown of what was available for patrons of all ages during the summer. That's when people could start registering for summer reading. So together, for everyone, we had a mosaic of a hot air balloon, and then we had a quilt that was made up of coloring squares where you could color a square for the quilt and it would get hung up with the quilt. So children, these were different programs that happened in June for children, and that's, they colored all together posters. The Erie Traveling Zoo came, as Lori mentioned. There was an environmental program, and the therapy dogs came, and they also did crafts when they were there. The teens throughout summer were able to register for a free book, a canvas bag, and more little goodies. And then at the end of summer, there would be a drawing that they could enter in for a gift certificate to the Bean, and there were grab-and-go activities available all summer. For the adults, there was summer bingo, and they could register for prizes as well, and then we had the bonsai event that the Friends sponsored. In July, that's when our summer reading program continued, and the construction officially started out front. So they started out front, and I'm sure you've all noticed the significant differences on the outside, and we have a slide a little bit further along that shows some before and after photos. And even before this meeting, Autumn and I were looking at them, and it really is shocking when you see them next to each other, the difference in the work that was done. But for children, we had the STEM Lego Island Challenge, meet and greet with Otto, the Erie's Otters mascot, another environmental program, and the therapy dogs and crafts. So in August, the construction was finished. So it was actually very efficient, and they were never really in the way, and all positive things to be said about that. But Erie Gives, we had 72 donors and over $10,000. So for Erie Gives, we continually get more from that each year. But I think $10,000 is great, but to have 72 donors is also great because it shows just how many people support the library. And that was the most donors for an organization in Northeast. So that's just something to be encouraging, is that we have the numbers, the people who are supporting the library. For the summer reading stats, this just gives a breakdown of the big numbers, I guess. 192 registered, and 826 people attended all of the children's or all ages programs this summer. For the teens, 48 registered, and for adults, 72 registered, and there were 13 bingo winners and 21 drawing winners. For the children, that's when the Colors of Friendship with the Experience Children's Museum came, and then we had another environmental program and the Grab and Go Kids. So these are the before and after photos. So we have the steps in the, these are the main photos that I chose for this, but you can see the before and after on those of the library. So this is when we had a new fall mosaic come into the library. So just like the hot air balloon, now we have a tree that people can participate in. The landscaping had to be redone, mostly because of the construction, because some of those bushes and trees were holding in moisture into the building, and that was actually causing some of the damage that had to be repaired. So to prevent that from happening in the future, we had to scale back what was out there. And now you can kind of see we have new mums out there, and we're going to be growing some more grass seed as the spring comes and stuff like that. And I think the person who did it was our regular landscaper, and he's continues to work with us as we kind of adjust what we need. We also got a new bookshelf. It was kind of nice. All of this stuff was happening at the same time, so it was like a little reward after the construction. But that's when we got our new bookshelf. And this was a way to kind of streamline how we present the new books, but also make it more accessible to people, so it's lower on the ground, not as high up for people to reach. And the old shelf was actually causing minor damage to the books because they were at a slant and the spines were kind of getting shifted. And so this will also help maintain that new, like the new book, and keep it intact longer. And then we also got new chairs, which if you ever peeled back the cover on the chairs, you would have noticed that the chairs themselves were peeling. So we had those chairs for many years and got our money's worth, but it was time to get new chairs. So we were actually able to get them from Seifert's, and people have loved them and come in and use them every day. The children had another environmental program, and then we had our regular programs for teens and children. So in October, we had our book sale, as Beth mentioned, and then at the end of the month, the children will have Halloween fun. The Friends of the Book Sale. Yeah, no, sorry, got confused for a second. I'm like, are we in October?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
So then we're actually conducting this week tours for the Northeast Middle School 8th graders, and it's been a lot of fun. They're very excited to be in the library, and they were shocked that it's all free, but pleasantly so. And we have another group tomorrow, so we had a group yesterday of 40, a group of 40 today, a group of 40 tomorrow, and it's just been a lot of fun to kind of see their excitement for the space.
Sam and I did better today than yesterday.
Yes.
We weren't as scared of the middle schoolers today.
They are frightening.
They really are, yeah.
Yeah, but we're a field trip for them, so they're a little less frightening because they're excited to be here. But it went very well, and we're looking for ways to continue to work with the middle school to bring more teenagers into the library and show them what we can offer them.
Can I say one more
yeah,
thing,
go right
Sam?
ahead.
St. Greg's is coming next week
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
So the
Oh,
7th and 8th
wonderful.
graders from St. Greg's are coming, I think,
Yes.
next Wednesday as well.
Yeah, I
so.
forgot to put that,
yeah.
but yes, they'll be here. So just trying to bring more teens into the library and to show them that it's a safe space for them to come and do whatever they need to do. If that's homework, if that's be with friends, if that's come to our programs, we're here for it. And then we have 2 tote bag decorating programs that are happening this month as well. One tomorrow, if you know any teens. So looking forward, in November the children will have a fire safety visit, the therapy dogs are visiting. For teens, we're going to have the first meeting of our graphic novel book club, which is our new book club that's going to be starting, and then a writing contest as well. And so what's nice about the 8th graders visiting is that we're able to promote these events to them as they're coming into the library.
Good timing.
Yes, so then in December, we're gonna have a winter reading program for the adults, Santa Claus will visit, and then we'll have the graphic novel book club again, and more Grab and Go kids. So, that's all I have.
Well,
That's a year
yeah.
recap.
That's wonderful.
It's been a great year, thank you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah. But that was the door prize drawing.
Okay.
So, we have 2 mums
We have 2
as
moms.
the door prize. Yeah.